Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into GARP's challenge against WhiteBeard, the 10-star event over on Extra Island, with an all-color video for you guys with the new 2023 meta captains to take this event down nice and easily. So if you're a newer player and you haven't done your GARP's challenges yet, hopefully this video will help you guys out. Head over to Extra Island, hit the GARP's challenge tab, and you can find a bunch of 10-star content catered towards particular parts of the OPTC series. And like I said, in today's video, we're focusing on WhiteBeard. If you guys want to keep up with the series, make sure to hit the bell notification. If you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button if you enjoy this video, or if you just enjoy the content, belt the like button for me as well. Like I said, we are focusing on the captains in today's videos, as there is a plethora of videos that actually get this content done. It's been out for a very, very long time, and like I said, today's video is focusing on the captains to help you guys get this done. You can replace subs. I'll talk about replacements. I haven't included supports. I've got very accessible units on the team, so hopefully you guys will be either able to build the team or use the video to create your own team to get this content done nice and easily. When doing the WhiteBeard GARP's challenge, you do want to bring someone that can remove both defense up and damage reduction in a unit. You want to bring 2 characters, ideally, or a captain that can remove paralysis and attack down. And finally, you want to bring someone that can get around special bind if you want to make it a little bit faster. It's not essential. I'll talk about that throughout the run, but the big things are defense up, damage reduction, 2 characters that can get around attack down, and a paralysis remover as well, whether that be your captains or be a unit on the team. But with that said, let's dive into GARP's challenge against WhiteBeard. Starting it off with the strength team, we are utilizing a combination of Straw Hat Crew V2 and Rush Kaido. Now, Rush Kaido makes things very, very easy with his end of turn damage. Now, this particular run, this particular event, is the first GARP's challenge to have normal attacks only, but it's only at the end of the content. So you can still use a character like Rush Kaido. He's very, very good at utilizing the wave clear mechanic. And when you hybrid him up with something like Straw Hat Crew V2 that allows all characters' specials to affect your entire team, it works very, very nicely. As you can see, we have attack down on stage 2. And to get around this, we are using the Kizuna Orochi. This particular team is built out with the Beast Pirates, so that way we actually have access to the rush ability of Kaido as well. But if you don't have that Kizuna 5 plus Orochi, you can easily replace him with another character that can just remove attack down. Ideally, if it's a Beast Pirate or Orochi, that works nicely, but as you can see, we have 5 plus Jack, and we have the rare recruits of King and Queen from the Super Tandem Kaido batch that work quite nicely. King is great because he can remove special bind. The special bind removal, as mentioned at the start, is not essential. It definitely helps out, but King will only do that if your captain is Powerhouse or Striker. However, he has the ability to remove special bind himself, which allows you to kill this stage very, very nicely. Remember, under Straw Hat Crew V2, everyone's specials will affect the entire crew, so it works quite nicely. Against Jozu, this is where you need the defense up and the damage reduction removal. You need at least 3 turns of this. You can set Jozu's defense to 0, so that is something to note. But utilizing something like Queen can work exceptionally well here, as Queen will remove the 3 turns of both. Utilizing Kaido with a Wano slot, if you need to use the EX special here, works great because the burn is going to basically just kill Jozu. He'll put up Threshold if you don't kill him on the first turn, so you do want to make sure you actually take him out. Marco and Vista give you attack down and paralysis, and when you kill Jozu, that's when the normal attacks only kicks in. It's not detrimental to get around the chain lock, especially with such powerful units nowadays. Characters like Straw Hat Crew special giving you attack and orbs can be a very, very easy way around this. And on the final stage, you do have 2 turns to take out WhiteBeard, so you actually can get rid of that chain lock nice and easily. There are some very good characters that can get around this. You have the Colosseum Enel, for example. He removes attack down, chain lock, and paralysis. He's like perfect for that stage. So that's another very, very good character that you guys can bring for that particular fight. On the final stage, Ace and WhiteBeard will slot bind your top and bottom row and wipe away your positive effects. And strength characters will lose their color affinity, which works great. So that way when you hit WhiteBeard, it works quite well. I still had the EX available to me for Kaido, so I was able to apply the increased damage taken. However, if you don't stress, because Ace will still hit you no matter what, and then you can easily kill that way. As you guys will see here, I don't actually, like, I only just kill WhiteBeard on turn 1. Remember, with your 2-turn buffs, you can easily kill on that second turn. WhiteBeard versus WhiteBeard now. We are using the combination batch of Primebeard and Rayleigh Gaban that did come out earlier in the year to take down this particular event. Both of them are Dex captains, and with the help of Vivi Rebecca, we can get around the defense up and damage reduction. Vivi Rebecca have always been a very, very powerful legend, and one that you still should probably level up, even if you are a newer player, as they can get around defense up and damage reduction. There are some supports and all some other shenanigans you guys can do to get around that, but I just wanted to try and keep this as simple as possible for you guys to just make your way through with powerful units. Now remember, the subs on this team, they are all interchangeable, as Rayleigh Gaban's captain ability just completely removes attack down. Characters that have attack down removal in their captain ability work so nicely for this fight, so that way you don't have to worry about bringing a unit on your team to get around those nasty effects. It pops up twice in this quest, so it works exceptionally well to have a very powerful captain that can actually remove that. On top of that, Rayleigh Gaban can actually remove Special Bind, which is very, very nice. However, you're not really utilizing them for that. We're just here for the attack down. We have the 5+ Kazuna Blackbeard to remove Special Bind as well. Rayleigh Gaban can give you an attack boost every time you switch as well, so that works quite nicely too. Remember, when you use the Rayleigh Gaban special, you go into their dual form, which gives you a higher captain ability. So ideally, you want to save this till later on in the fight anyway. So bringing someone else that can do special bind removal is quite nice. Someone like Blackbeard, for example, can do that. However, as mentioned at the start, you don't have to get around special bind. As you guys can see here, you have 3 turns on the Flame Swordsman guy, so you guys can actually stall here if you really want to. Plus, the end of turn damage is going to help you out drastically and getting some of these kills. But as you can see, Blackbeard's special can help you get around that special bind as well. You can bring someone else if you really want to actually do that. Vivi Rebecca will give you a chain lock every time you switch with them too, so that's always fun. But you can also use Law and Kid, because our captain is a striker unit, so that way you get access to the 3-turn chain boundary ability. Vivi Rebecca also gives strikers color affinity, which helps out this stage a lot for the Dex team, so you can just easily kill Jozu nice and swiftly and then move on to the next stage. Now, Jozu does give that normal attack only debuff, which does hinder WhiteBeard, but that's okay, because we still have 2 very, very strong captains that can buff our entire team, so we're not relying on the end of turn damage like some of those other fights that you guys saw with Revolution Army 1 or Dofi 1. Utilizing Nami and Robin, you can use the Legend Nami Robin here as well. That's another really good option if you guys are struggling for the free-to-play unit to remove the paralysis on this stage. Remember, Rayleigh Gaban, they get rid of the attack down, so that works quite nicely. And then on the final stage, when you come up against WhiteBeard and Ace, we can basically just use whatever specials we have left. We have an Orb Boost with Rayleigh Gaban. Their Super Swap can also give us a Chain Boost. Their Super Swap also removes Paralysis, so that's another really, really good option. Rayleigh Gaban for this fight is just, they're so good. Like, they work so exceptionally well at, like I said, attack down removal, paralysis removal, special bind removal. They're a fantastic unit, and if you have them, I would highly recommend using them or running them as a friend captain, so that way you guys can easily take this fight down. So Dex was nice and smooth, but Quick has always been one of the most fun. With the release of Shanks Crew 6+, Quick got a huge buff, and whilst this combination isn't exactly like 2023 meta, well, it is because of the 6+ of Shanks Crew, King just still does this content so well. King and Queen, both of them together, like, work so nicely for these types of fights, because getting their auto trigger ability to proc is so damn valuable with just free specials. On top of that, Quick and King synergize nicely, because with Shanks Crew, you can just switch with them every turn to give yourself an attack boost, so you can choose when to apply that auto proc whenever you like. But you also have access to Sober Mask. Sober Mask can give himself cooldowns every time another unit uses a special, so that way you can get specials very easily. The 5+ Uta is great to get around attack down. She has double special activation, so she works quite nicely. But if you guys don't have that unit, literally any unit, any quick unit that removes attack down, you can use there instead To get around the special bind, Shanks Crew just automatically gets around that, and then we can start using the auto trigger of King. King's auto trigger not only gives us an orb boost, but it puts him in his zone form, which allows us to get end of turn damage as well. So if you guys are struggling with investments, or you're not using supports, or you don't have some like crazy supports like what you see here, or you get a really bad orb roll, whatever it may be, King's end of turn damage will actually help you out with killing that particular stage. On to the next stage, we get the carryover of King, and then that works quite nicely. And then you can again use the auto proc of King thanks to Sober Mask and utilizing his specials. To get around the attack down and paralysis, we have Kaku. Any unit that can get around at paralysis and attack down in one unit works exceptionally well for the Marco Vista stage. And then to get around to the damage reduction and defense up, we have the Black Maria Rare Recruit unit. Black Maria Rare Recruit removes 5 turns of both defense up and damage reduction. She can also give us color affinity, which works nicely. And like you guys can see here, with the auto procs of King, you just manage to save a lot of your specials whilst still having access to a lot of damage output, utilizing the switch of Shanks Crew and utilizing the orb boost and stuff that what's his name, that King can apply. Now normally when you move into the Marco and Vista stage, you get a chain lock as well. It's a very, very annoying debuff that most teams will just ignore, but this team actually gets around it fairly nicely because of the chain lock of Shanks Crew. Just like we did with Kid Law on the previous fight, we actually carry a chain lock into this stage, which means we don't have to worry about that annoying debuff. Utilizing Kaku here will actually rotate all your orbs into whatever orb he has, but he'll also remove the paralysis and the attack down. Now, if you get a really, really, really bad orb roll with Kaku there, you can use Sober Mask first. Utilizing Sober Mask first is going to rotate all your orbs into tandem, or you can actually utilize the King super type. That's going to give you a full board of quick orbs. Now, I actually used the Sober Mask special after using Kaku. I'd highly recommend doing it the other way around, so that way you guys can actually get access to a Sober Mask special for the final stage. But Shanks Crew's swap is still very strong. You get a 1.5 times attack boost no matter what. And then utilizing King on the final stage with his orb boost is going to help you guys carry through. So King's still pretty much the best quick unit to do this content with. Versakainu is still a very, very fun unit to use. But with the release of Shanks Crew 6+, it just makes this content even easier than it already was. Because Shanks Crew just gets increased multipliers, you get more damage output, and a stronger special with that Shanks Crew unit. So that was quick. On to Sai now. The easiest color for majority of players because you can get access to so many good free-to-play Sai units thanks to the Sai Straw Hats. You also have access to 5+ Luffy, the free-to-play Luffy that has a Super Evolution. He's a fantastic unit for this fight. If you can't find Nami friend captains, if you don't have Gear 5 6+ yourself, you can run a friend captain Gear 5 6+ or a Gear 5 unit, and then you can just bring that particular Luffy as your captain. Remember, hit up Discords, hit up whatever you guys have access to find friend captains nicely. There's a lot of helpful people through the community and a lot of helpful Discords that'll help you guys out with friend captains just to complete this stuff. Remember, you only have to do this once, and it's no rush, it's no race. There's content out all the time, and you can sort of just take it on whenever you see a unit. Hopefully, this team will help you out. Now, this team utilizes the Rare Recruit Sanji from the New Year's batch. He will remove the attack down, and then you can basically get his special back so quickly. But if you guys are a newer player, there is a I believe it's the Robin that removes attack down. Maybe it's Robin. It might be Nami that removes attack down, or it might be Usopp. I know Usopp removes the special bind, so you can use him over the Jinbei that I used. I used Treasure Map Jinbei on this fight because I don't have Usopp done. Because I don't want to use my green tickets. But if you're a newer player, you will have access to Usopp, so you can use him over the Jinbei. And then for the attack down, I believe it's Robin. I want to say that it's Robin. So Robin works quite nicely there. Utilizing Nami, you can get around the paralysis. And utilizing Gear 5, you just have a monster captain. Frankie gets around damage reduction and defense up. So he works perfectly for this Jozu stage. Zoro gives you orb boost, so you can carry that into multiple stages. And as you can see, every time we're using a special, Sanji's actually reducing his own cooldown thanks to his Sailor ability. So that works out quite nicely. We actually want to use the Nami special on this Jozu stage. Nami also removes damage reduction, so if you bring another defense up remover or someone who sets defense to 0, like that Robin that I spoke about, she sets defense down by 80%, which should be enough to kill Jozu. Nami can then remove the damage reduction and then you can use Nami again because you get paralyzed, and she gives herself all of that auto charge. You do take the chain lock with this particular team. However, the damage output with Nami and Gear 5, 6+, is so high that you don't have to worry about that chain lock. As you can see, literally just with the Sanji attack boost, you have plenty of damage to kill there, and it's actually fairly ridiculous that Sai can get this done so damn nicely. On the final stage against the Ace and Whitebeard, we have Nami special ready. We have her super class, so that way you get a conditional boost, a base stat boost, and a chain boost. And then you have the Gear 5 Luffy. Whether you're using 5-star Gear 5 Luffy or 6+ Gear 5 Luffy, sorry, not 5-star, 6-star, you'll have plenty of damage for this particular stage, and you can easily take out both Whitebeard and Marco. Gear 5 also has his Super EX for additional damage. I wanted to do this just to sort of showcase that it doesn't matter whichever one you have, you will have Psyorb, so that way it works out quite nicely. Putting it up with Ints now, I kind of struggled a little bit with the Int one, to be honest. Int doesn't have a plethora of super strong units that sort of are just buffed by Int. So I went with double Halloween Lore, and I understand Halloween Lore has been out for a very long time, and a lot of people have done this content with Halloween Lore. But I still think he's probably the best option to actually get this done. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys can think of of better units to run. Obviously, you have some power crept units like the Beast Pirate batch of King, Queen, and Jack. They are all fantastic units. They have the ability to, Queen can just avoid stuff with Captain action and whatnot as well. But the reflection damage is so much fun with Lore that if you have this unit, I would definitely max him out because he's a unit that's going to work very, very well for Grand Voyage moving forward. To get around attack down with this particular team, we do have the Perona unit. The Luffy unit. He also removes attack down. But as you guys can see there, on stage 2, the reflection damage that Lore has is so unique that if you take damage moving into a stage, you can actually just throw it back, and you'll just easily take out stages very, very nicely. This Luffy, the Treasure Map Luffy, is so good for that stage if you are running Lore. I'd definitely pick up Luffy from the Treasure Map shop. He's one of the better free-to-play characters. He removes Special Blind, he removes Attack Down, and he gives you an attack boost. He also triggers the Super Type for this particular Lore as well. And it works very, very nicely because you kill on the reflection, you basically have to remove Special Bite and Attack Down all in one go, and that unit is just perfect for that. Speed Guru hits you, you just reflect the damage back, and because you do have access to Lore and his super types, you can actually heal back up quite nicely. With the damage reduction and defense up, we are using Iron. Iron recently got a level limit break, but don't stress. You don't need the level limit break of Iron for this team. You just need one copy, and she'll not only heal you back up, but she will also remove the damage reduction and defense up. I used the Sanji special on this stage as well. Sanji's actually going to give us a monster HP cut on the next stage, but he's going to give himself a 3x attack boost and a 3x orb boost. Now that we get normal attacks only, Lore does struggle a little bit moving forward here, but the idea of utilizing Sanji there was the HP cut triggers, so that way when we get the double special activation of Sanji, he can actually remove the paralysis, and then with the Kazuna Perona unit, we can remove the attack down. Again, you can replace Sanji with any paralysis remover. You can replace Perona with any attack down remover. That either of them will work. Like, you don't have to follow this guide to a T. I just sort of wanted to show you guys that you do have a lot of other options when it comes to beating this content. And some of these newer free-to-play characters and the meta captain of Lore being so powerful works so exceptionally well. Now, with the final stage against Whitebeard and Ace, this is where stuff gets really fun. And this is a big reason why I actually chose Lore. Lore has that reflection damage. However, you still have one turn of normal attacks only, which means that you can't utilize it on turn 1. Whitebeard will hit you on turn 2, however, which means you can actually use the Lore special to give you a resilience buff and allow you to throw back all of the damage that is inflicted by both Whitebeard and Ace. Normally, this will kill you no matter what. It doesn't matter what you do, it will kill you. So what you want to do is utilize the Lore super type. It'll give you a full heal. We're sitting at 90,000 HP with this team, but whatever HP you guys are sitting at, you guys will be in for a good time. You can actually attack as well. I would prioritize Whitebeard, as he has a lot of HP for even being so low. When you guys get hit, you'll take 57,000 damage, which is actually a disgusting amount, and then the end of turn damage. but then you just throw it back with lore, which is a lot of fun. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!